wanted a super time machine, as well as a crate of supplies. Here's how to launch. Find the power keys, then place them in the right spots. You found a power key. Go slot it.
Anyone, please!
That's a new power key. Place it now.
Thank you so much.
Flying Nimbus!
Great. You know what to do with that key. Hey, great! You found another power key. Use it quick.
Flying Nimbus!
Great. You know what to do with that key.
Where am I? Thanks.
The startup system for the super time machine is ready. Head there now.
Flying Nimbus!
This is bad. Somebody's down. Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help them.
I'm close. Whew. James!
Stay calm. Stay calm.
Guess I got no choice.
Thank you.
Ah! Here comes the pain!
gonna hang here for a couple of seconds. Wait for the time machine to go up, and I have a final dragon change. Let's go. I got W. Not turning me to chocolate today.
Broken too. They'll have to wait until spare parts are gathered to exile him. Alternatively, if he can hold him in this state long enough, they can merely venture by ship and drop him off in his native realm. Vegito returning at an awkward moment, swinging his head side to side looking around. He questions why everyone is so
Just got the
tense.
W.
His family
Rewatch
and friends
it.
a
We're
little
cooking.
irritated. So Gohan details everything that just happened, to which the fused fighter is quite upset to have missed out on. Glancing over towards his master, Dabura mentions, Babidi has the power to imprison this Buu forever. It would make for an excellent opportunity to get in well with the organizers. Appearing aggravated, the wizard quips that's a good idea, and for the demon to shut up now, puzzling the underling. We then discover Babidi is worried his
long as
spell
we
will
have
seal
solid
his
team
own
members,
Buu
we'll
too,
win.
not willing to take such a risk. Then, with puppy eyes, the Majin apologizes, pleading to be given a second chance. But Gas thinks this must be some kind of joke. After all the destruction and chaos he just caused, now he wants another chance? Explaining away, Buu argues he has thousands of personalities within him and promises he won't allow them to get out of control again. Continuing to beg, he doesn't want to be expelled from the tournament, swearing he'll behave and even fix the machines, allowing to be sent away if he does anything weird again. The Hellolites of Universe 19, downright angry with the creature's
What's up, T? How you doing
proposal,
today?
and merely believe him to be a depraved monster and master manipulator. Even the audience gets in on the debate. While most believe he needs to be banished and poses a great danger to them all, some of them argue the point of this whole contest is the adventure itself, wishing he gets to stay. As the grudge of South Kaioshin and Buu continues, the Supreme Kai grits his teeth, growling there's no way those terms will be accepted. And of course, Vegito optimistically requests he stay, and he'll keep an eye on him himself. Trunks not approving. The Grand Supreme Kaioshin then states, taking risks
I'm
so
great today
great
as well,
goes
homie.
against their age-old policies.
Appreciate you dropping by.
However, this is a unique event, and this warrior is indeed comprised of many different individuals. Further elaborating and empathizing, Super Buu's used to being the omnipotent god of his own universe. Where he comes from, he's never had rules. Announcing they shall grant him another chance, but will only release him for his fights, horrifying the other Kaios. Even Gast, as respectfully as possible, attempts to quell the deity into changing his mind, mentioning he does not plan to personally contain him for so long. Though, Grand assures he will handle it himself. Shin astonished he can do such a thing. As it's revealed, he has analyzed Gast's own technique, so he will merely do the same. Even Goku amazed a move like that could be replicated, believing it was some kind of Namekian magic or something. Piccolo commenting how Grand Supreme is the greatest of gods. Extending his hand, the blob is passed over, as the Kaio shouts for the matches to continue. Cold, dusting off and sneering at the unpleasantness of the situation, Bardock actually finds himself in agreement with his one-time overlord, though noting how outclassed the both of them are by Buu. Then again, if someone like Vegito could be eliminated,
This manga is the Dragon Ball
anything can
multiverse. Full
happen. But
tournament
regarding
story.
the current fight, Cold is forced on to lose, ending up in very bad shape. Powering up, the Saiyan barks he's seen his foe's fate, and it's not a pretty sight. But it's always possible to change the future, recommending the Frost Demon give up now. Laughing this off, Cold chuckles at the thought of fearing an opponent who can see the future, as his opponents have no future. Can't even catch my breath, but if he gets in close, he'll pay dearly.
The story has different timelines. So these characters are from like what if stories on one big tournament.
Getting the better of this match, Cold raises Bardock into the air by his leg, mocking, "These are the legendary Super Saiyans who killed his own kind in so many universes." Angry, what a joke that is, pointing out how helpless his adversary looks hanging upside down. With a precarious expression, Bardock questions, "Upside down? You're the
So
one
there's
who's
like a
upside
timeline
down!"
with all the Saiyans, Primal Saiyans. There's a timeline where Cell 1 timeline where Majin Buu won,
scum!
Bojack,
Not much longer.
Broly, our timeline.
Terrified at the sight, Frieza gasped his father suddenly powered to 100%
Cooler,
in an
Frieza,
instant.
and his dad.
Goku commenting that if this Bardock guy wants to win, he's gonna have to hold out until Cold tires himself. Vegeta reminding that Bardock guy is Goku's father. Though uncertain, the Saiyan asks if that's really him. The prince screaming if he's even looked at him. Thinking hard, now that he mentions it, he does bear a striking resemblance to Raditz. How am I going to win?
He's so drunk.
I'm stuck so long. As Goku goes to block the immense impact, Cell states his annoyance with that brute Cold, just throwing his trash anywhere he pleases. Vegeta snorting he's one to talk. And it seems, Cold's trajectory was intentionally aimed at Goku and the others, chiding for them to consider that a small gift to all Saiyans, who still believe they are capable of opposing he or his children. As the judge's 30 count concludes, Cold is named victorious. Bardock completely taken aback, having foresawn his foe's defeat. Raichi turns to him, smiling what a pleasant sight this is. Though he wanted to finish the Saiyan himself, it matters not in the end, as now he'll be served a royal delicacy. For the next battle is Cape Vegeta versus the Tuffle himself. Facing one another, Vegeta questions if this is the Tuffle who annihilated the Saiyans of his own universe. Though not giving a clear answer, Raichi merely inquires if that makes him mad, promising his anger is nothing compared to, interjecting, it's actually quite the opposite, as the prince quells. "No, you did well," bewildering the doctor. Explaining himself, the Saiyan goes on to tell the Tuffles were weak. They didn't deserve to live. If Raichi here could destroy the Saiyans where he's from, that means they were even weaker, and good riddance to him. But unable to win with this guy, the Tuffle only quips. This is why Vegeta's people must be eliminated. They're all monsters. Having vanquished the ones back home, now it's time for the rest. Continuing, the prince doesn't believe that will be an easy task, as he himself is the one who erased the one responsible for killing the other Saiyans in his realm. Summoning his ghost warriors, the doctor sneers, "Are you talking about this one and his little family?" Sending the Vargas into a frenzy, one believing the wrong group is fighting. But his comrade isn't fooled, pointing out this Raichi guy just made him appear out of thin air. Yet another deducing that the ball he's sitting on is where his energy comes from, hence how the other fighters were created. So having technically entered the ring alone, it's allowed. Shouting for the Frost Demons to avenge themselves. Vegeta piffs at the idea of fighting these weaklings, as he surpassed them long ago. Both Frieza and his brother using Cooler's final form, which is something even Universe 13's Vegeta did not know Frieza could do. Who is pleasantly surprised himself to see he can do this. But frustrated, his sibling assures it's only an illusion. Raichi details how his ghosts are superior to the originals, and are even able to fight as a team better, and control their power more efficiently.
Alright, we found another match. She's starting in 2 minutes.
Using his final Gallic Cannon, Vegeta doesn't break a sweat dispatching his old nemesis again. In fact, he quite enjoyed it, requesting if he can make a custom order for the next ones. The doctor growls, the prince has annihilated many people. asking if he could do the same to his own. Summoning dozens, if not hundreds of Saiyans, women, children, even Ozarus, who have all retained remnants of their unique personalities, including his father and other members of his family and allies, sending memories rushing back to Vegeta, from his own father teaching him as a child, to his cousin holding him and showing affection, and Gurken exhibiting how to use the Blitzwave technique. But Gohan and Goku only worry about one thing: if he's also replicated Broly, the latter not believing he could possibly reproduce the power of... Nostalgia's a powerful thing, one that can... Hello again, old man! Hey, it's Gurken! Not knowing just how depraved some of the Saiyans are apparently, Raichi has delivered Vegeta nothing short of a gift. Even Raditz comments how lucky their teammate is, desiring to have a chance himself to get revenge on those guys. Kakarot screaming he wants to kill some Saiyans too, though Nappa argues he doesn't even know them. But Bizarro Goku doesn't care. That's what he wants and that's that. Well, Vegeta. Getting carried away, aren't we? Are you killing off your own kind now? You! The Psycho! The Boar! The Walking Disaster! I haven't had this much fun fighting in years! Watching the slaughter, Goku can only be great.
Stand. You're...
Can you hear me? It's Trunks. I've set a super time machine, as well as a crate of supplies. Here's how to launch. Find the power keys, then place them in the right spots. You found a power key. Go slot it.
Finding the power key in the first box, that was a good feeling.
Hey, great! You found another power key. Use it quick.
Flying Nimbus! This is it. As long as mortals exist, the multiverse will have no peace. That won't work.
Welcome. Thank you. Close.
What? Flying Nimbus!
An ally needs your help. You don't know what danger awaits. Think before rushing in. That's a new power key. Place it now. Great. You know what to do with that key. Ally down! If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies.
Greetings! Oh, come on!
big help.
Flying Nimbus!
Welcome, thank you. Close. Stay calm. Stay calm. Bad. Somebody's down. Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help.
Took too long, man.
The startup system for the super time machine is ready. Head there now.
For us alone. Supreme domain. As the gods create, so too do we destroy. This is the
Flying Nimbus!
way. Drop the Lord. What is
I sent you a super transfer. Use it to hold the enemy back. Holy hell. Ally down! If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies. Get out!
Flying Nimbus!
Flying Nimbus!
Holy hell. I'll send some supplies to help. Make good use of them. Stay calm. Gotta get the hell out of here! Thought I was a gun.
Flying Nimbus!
Here comes a pain!
We got him with the Kamehameha.
Can't be. Justice cannot lose.
W team.
Their universe's Vegeta changed so much. This guy even hates his own team. But our Vegeta kind of wishes he was in his doppelganger's place. Hopefully just so we could kill Nappa again. Curious, Trunks question 16, if killing a Goku like this one would satisfy his programming. But alas no, the robot can clearly see it's only an illusion. Beating Kakarot to a pulp, the Savage is ready for the rest.
That was a good match.
Farewell to the worthless! While Vegeta believes that to be the last of them, Raichi reveals one still
I tried to sneak up
remains.
from the back, but
Goku worried he's going to
got
go
busted.
mad again. Even
But we
Vegeta
still,
13
won it
appears
then.
concerned. Gohan points out the obvious of him going on a rampage, but Piccolo has some skepticism, not thinking Raichi can emit so much power. The doctor rambles on that when someone dies a violent death, his machine adopts their essence, their might, and powers as well, claiming this Broly to be invincible, and his strength is constantly increasing, just like his counterpart from yesterday. Vegito and Trunks laughing how great this is, ready for the challenge. But Brawl merely barks for the eliminated ones to keep quiet. While Vegeta scoffs at the notion that Broly is invincible, the legendary transformation, on the other hand, may be. But all the Prince sees is a simple level 1 Super Saiyan in front of him. And with a single blow, Broly meets his end. Whether bluffing or not, the Doctor then claims this has all been part of his plan, knowing he wouldn't hesitate to destroy them all, as that's the kind of monster Vegeta is. So now, he is surely tired out, and Raichi hasn't even used his strongest ghost yet, stating hatred is an energy, which he has managed to channel. When someone dies, their hate remains and becomes his own. In Universe 3, the Tuffle bore witness to Vegeta's massacres, collecting the power from his victims, as well as gathering it from the fallen Saiyans as well naturally, before summoning each of the warriors who have died in this tournament. Gohan and Videl horrified to see their daughter among the ghost fighters. Sid joking with Salza, she'll just turn him into a girl again, and getting rid of the lesser combatants with a little effort. The Prince finds it hilarious. This was his ace in the hole. Using the Taioken. The Tai-Yoken, aka the Solar Flare. Vegeta simply closes his eyes, piffing he's already seen this trick before, when he's struck by one of the others' attack. Though it appears bad, is this really the end of Universe 13's Vegeta? After taking a savage blow, Raichi monologues his ghosts have no reason to fear death themselves, but if they're defeated in battle, they will require time to recharge. Electricity shooting through him, Tidar is horrified to see his attack didn't kill Vegeta, though brought to a knee and bleeding badly. The Tech Warrior goes to use his God's Blade again, but is struck down by the mockingly named Vegeta's Blade. And with the demise of this most recent ghost, Vegeta shouts he's killed all of Raichi's pawns, and still has more than enough strength for the old man, before hearing a maniacal snickering from behind. The Cell Jr. remains, the one Cell specifically made as strong as he possibly could. Knowing how dire this miscalculation is, the Prince can only lock his jaw, though the Doctor calmly utters, "It's over for you." Piccolo notices, even if Vegeta wasn't injured, their powers are really close, so at his best, victory would still not be a sure thing. Goku adding, out of all the replica fighters, he must have forgotten the Cell Jr. here is the strongest. The Bio Creature puts the Prince down with ease, who's unable to accept what's happening, claiming he, the Emperor of the Universe, is being ridiculed by this pipsqueak. And even on the verge of death, he truly feels he has yet to tap into his full potential, the real potential of the Saiyan race, having witnessed the Super Saiyan 3 form in Goku and Gotenks at this tournament, not to mention Gohan during his little visit before his daughter's fight. And though they would speak to old Kai, they would be denied his services to improve themselves, not believing for a second they're worthy of his power. Through sheer will and rage, the self-proclaimed Hyper Vegeta is born. Kakarot ranting how he wanted to be the first to reach that level, his brother merely rolling his eyes, snorting as if he could, while our Namek friend stares on in awe of this new strength. Vegito is fairly bored by it. It's over! Breaking through Raichi's shield and knocking him to the ground. It seems the Saiyan Warlord may pull this off after all. Even our Gohan believing this to be the case. But Goku has his doubts. Huh? Not realizing how much power Super Saiyan 3 saps, not to mention his beaten and weary state, Vegeta has made a grave error in his lack of experience with the form. Pan adding to this by shouting that both of them are in trouble now. But reaching out to his crystal ball, the Doctor decides a fitting end to this would be to finish Vegeta with his other self from Universe 3. Cackling at not only surviving the battle, but getting to exterminate yet another Saiyan, the match comes to an end. Showing not to let up on his psychopath personality, Kakarot can only take the moment to boast he's the last remaining fighter in their group. And for the final match of round 2, Gas Karkle and the great Demon King Piccolo. The malevolent force ready to get this started. Meeting eye to eye, Gas questions his Namekian counterpart if he could have chose a more pretentious name for himself, but the demon pokes back, believing Gastier named himself after a Namek deity. But the fused warrior isn't having it, growling his foe knows nothing about their people's history. Who admits that's correct. In fact, the Demon King claims not to even be a Namekian, and is instead the polar opposite of Gast, being the ultimate evil. Though, this doesn't faze the benevolent one. Scoffing, all he sees is an amnesiac, someone corrupted by evil, before stating, King Piccolo is far too weak. Weak? I'm not so sure! Causing our Piccolo to baffle. That's me! Confusing Goku, but going on, we discover the Demon King isn't just Kami's evil half. It seems he managed to re-merge with Kami to become complete. Which, given how powerful we've seen this fusion to be firsthand, it's no wonder the evil demon has managed to survive for so long on Earth. Theorizing, Goku ponders if he somehow trapped Kami and forced him to fuse. But Piccolo explains that would be impossible, as Namex must be fully willing in order to make the merger work. As when he combined with both Nail and Kami, all he had to do was make contact and wait. Putting King Piccolo on the ground, Gas towers over him, complimenting he surely is powerful for a Namekian, but he still has no chance in this fight. And as far as his ultimate evil claim, he presses he's only fooling himself, as there are far more wicked beings in this very arena. Whether Piccolo himself will admit it or not, he has kindness and love for others within him. Barking back, the demon screams he slaughters humans by the dozens on a daily basis just for fun, wiping out half the population of Earth, chorting what a fool Gast is. But pointing to 17 and 18, he continues to insist. If he really hated humans, he would have exterminated the entire species as the two of them did. Tripling down on his assertion, Gast then reveals, when King Piccolo merged with his other half, he was in fact corrupted by goodness, which seems to come to a surprise to the rogue Namek. Smiling, Gast goes on about Piccolo's love of the Earth and humans alike, and the goodness in his heart will continue to grow within him, eventually converting him to the other side of morality. And one day, he will refuse to ever again bring harm to the innocent. Of course, the demon disagrees, claiming to have complete control over himself, and he will never do good. Getting ironically sinister, the fused Namek quips, but he wants to. He wants to protect and save the people here, shouting for him to repress it no longer and stop fighting it. Let himself become overwhelmed by benevolence at last. These words cutting like knives. It's unavoidable. It's your destiny. I'd rather be deaf than listen to this. What's the sound? It's horrible!
Alright, you find a match? Should start in 2 minutes.
And even in a fan manga, King Kai has to get in his King Kai dialogue. Elaborating for a Namek, the frequency of a whistle is as unbearable as a million nails scratching on a chalkboard. Never previously being exposed to this before puts him at great risk. When a gentleman in the audience, feeling the same as myself, urges that Kaio stop babbling through the match. With another fourth wall observation, Goten wonders why Gast just doesn't remove his ears like the other guy. Please, I'm still searching for a challenge when I can find it. Terrified, the Namek heard him. Varga reminds it's against the rules to coach the contestants, but he argues he wasn't even speaking to him directly. At any rate, it's not like King Piccolo really stood much of a chance, as Gast is almost immediately after named the winner, muttering, "You still have a long way to go." The demon is healed. Gast advises he genuinely think about what really brings him joy, torturing people or watching them be happy under his protection, noting he doesn't have to find the answer now, but soon. Spectating, Tien questions Yamcha what he's doing, replying, "I'm writing this down, it's good stuff. Guess he took a liking to Gast's speech. With the second round's conclusion, an official offers his thanks to all participants. Before dinner, they prepared a surprise for them. When a ship materializes in the air. At the sight of the Dragon Balls, the Cold family can only do their best not to let their jaws hit the floor. The same Varga explains. For security reasons, it's strictly forbidden for anyone to move from their seats or respective universe area. Powering up, Vegito shouts, "Well said!" And he will disintegrate anyone who crosses the low wall without warning. Completely fed up with panty wishes. And Gas, knowing what's up,
Track.
Can you hear me?
Flying Nimbus!
Trunks, I've set a super time machine, as well as a crate of supplies. Here's how to launch. Find the power keys, then place them in the right spot. You found a power key. Go slot it.
You never know, man. You never know.
That's a new power key. Place it now.
Oh, we just lost a player, so I
Flying Nimbus!
guess you're right. You need all players. Or Dragon Chain to beat Broly. Well, I got a power key right there, so
You know
I'm
what
gonna
to
look
do
for
with
these
that
keys
key.
real quick.
That's a new power key. Place it now.
Which one you got?
Hey, great! You found another power key. Use it quick. This is bad. Somebody's down. Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help them.
help me.
An ally needs your help. We don't know what danger awaits. Think before rushing in.
Please help me. You're my savior.
From a player who's level 0. That's not good.
Flying Nimbus!
Access the startup system from the central area. Just a little more to go, then you're done. The startup system is under attack. Stop it if you can, but retreat if you need to. Got it? The startup system's under attack. It's dangerous, so tread carefully if you want to get closer. We're done! Bastard!
I could do something, man. And yo, what's up?
This is bad. Somebody's down. Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help them. I'll send some supplies to help. Make good use of them.
I owe you one. Chief!
Ally down! If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies.
Flying Nimbus!
Go for the transfer. Wherever it drops. Might drop with you.
A super transfer is headed your way. Take it now.
How did this guy know where it was?
Stay calm. Stay calm.
Man, we were close.
You die. Finished already.
Told you need all 7 players.
I've set the escape time machine. Use it to get out of there.
My machine got mashed up.
Sorry, Broly. You'll be dying alongside this planet. Where do you think you're going? I was going to escape with you.
Yeah,
In a
man, we need all 7
one-person
players.
pod.
We were down like 2 players, I think, or 2 players. We had 1 person level 0. You did pretty good. Still went up a bit. That's good.
Bears down the Frost Demons. Snipping, they better not even think about it. West, turning to Grand, inquires if Super Buu is secured, which his holder assures he is. Besides, his powers far surpass the Dragon Balls at this point, so it's not believed to try anything regardless. C, gazing from the shadows, simply muttering, "Too bad," and that he will have his wish when he wins this thing. In the control booth, the others, having removed the ring, declare Piranha can be summoned.
You have collected all 7 Dragon Balls. You may name your 3 wishes.
Penvikavi, Ruvasigruvi, Igani Itavi, Gadoa Pavapako, Gabdiakasivi.
That's easy.
Staring up at the mighty dragon, Trunks points out this one can revive as many people as possible with a single wish. Working down the line, Piccolo adds they anticipated this from the beginning, while Goku remains concerned if Broly will return. But his son assures even if he does, he won't be able to make it back from his own universe. And with this wish comes a heartfelt reunion, as the fallen Pan runs into her tearful parents' arms. Even Brawl can't help but be moved at the sight of her friend. Tidar is then welcomed back to his own group as well, along with many others. Even members of the audience, but maybe not having their heads all together, are merely angry they missed out on 3 fights, wanting a refund. Upon requesting their second wish, Mori tells they'll be saving it for later, causing Piranha to bid them farewell. As the balls fly into the air, Trunks worries they'll scatter around the universe, wondering who's gonna make the grand tour to find them. But they simply fall to the ground. Piccolo details once the Namekian dragon is gone, the orbs just return to their creator. Baffled Shenron isn't like that at all. It's explained Kami intentionally made the Earth's Dragon Balls to scatter, as a means of making it a quest to gather them, giving people hope. As Varga inquires how long it'll be before they can use the balls again, it'll be 40 days according to Mori, so next time, they'll have to use a different set. Not long later, North Kaioshin meets with Shin, who thanks him for coming, asking the meaning of the secret meeting. The Isekai questions if he finds it off the Grand Kaioshin was acting very unusual today, who in fact did find it quite strange, noting it's not like him to simply forgive Buu and put everyone in danger, always having the mindset of safety first. Shin then states he believes the Grand Kaioshin is in fact under Buu's control, and the Majin is only pretending to be his prisoner. Continuing their conversation, North admits he has been concerned with Shin's theory, observing the Grand Kaio's mind, soul, and movements, but everything seems normal. Also speaking to Gas Karkle, the Namek can't confirm whether or not the Great Kai is actually using his own technique to contain Buu, but does not believe it should be so easy to copy. Shin brings up the possibility Buu is only pretending to be in compliance, though it remains a mystery, North simply knowing they need to stay vigilant. Calling out to the groups, an announcement is made that dinner is served. Chiming in mid-conversation, it seems Pan has no memory of her death, or the pain associated with it. as Vegito jeers Cell from a few feet away, asking if he'd like to explain why he has 2 kids with him after the wish, who would rather not. But it seems one particular Cell Jr. remembers the details of his death just fine. Barking at one of the Vargas, or fouls as he puts it, looks like Bojack's gang doesn't plan to stick around. And upon inquiring if he wants to see the end of the tournament, he replies he doesn't care. Cat's group taking the opportunity to return home as well. But one final adventure awaits Universe 6, which we will see in time. In the audience, we catch a glimpse of a few familiar faces who have found their way to the Dragon World, while many more, a few of my favorites being Lee, Clementine, Claire Redfield, and Ellie. In their apartment, our heroes get ready to catch some Z's. And not long after, the entire stadium finds itself fast asleep. But behind the corridor of Super Boo's Universe 4, the Majin himself appears, confirmed not to be fully controlled at the very least. Wandering to the back of the arena, he lets himself into one of the rooms. Laying eyes on Dr. Raichi, he knows he must not wake the Tuffle. Scuttling over to Tapion, he taps his head with his tentacle, saying to himself, this will be a better way to use that monster of his, referring to Hirudegarn. Timidly approaching the doctor's crystal ball, he offers a free recharge, making his exit as quietly as he entered. Noting there are no participants in Universes 1, 2, 19, and 20, he makes his next move. Jottling down a hallway, we see at least one of the Piccolos still chooses his solitude outside. His eyes widening, Boo knows he'll have to be extra careful in this room, stating there's quite a crowd in here, landing in our own Universe 18's apartment, knowing Vegeta and Goku would be furious to receive any help whatsoever. The 2 halves of Gotenks, on the other hand, could definitely go for a boost. And since the Fuse Fighter will be his opponent in the next round, reaching out to the both, all of the secrets he has
Alright
obtained
guys,
about
we have a Raider
Fusion
match.
are now theirs.
Should start in 2 minutes.
Zipping over to his successor, Oob. He would actually like to have a conversation with his reincarnation, deciding to incept his mind in the form of a childhood friend. In a village, the young warrior calls out, beckoning anyone nearby to answer, when a beautiful girl informs they're simply in a dream, and it's only the 2 of them here. Blushing, Oob blurts out her name, Anju. Not able to face her, or rather him because it's really just Majin Buu, she grows frustrated, chiding even as a powerful adult he can't simply talk to her, assuring him again it's only a dream. Cutting to the chase, she questions Oob if he can perform magic like Majin Buu, but he believes himself to be only human, not possessing such powers. With a big smile, Anju inquires if he'd like to learn. Cell never sleeps, so there's no point in getting close. As for the angry girl of Universe 16, she doesn't require help either. So it seems you're in need of repairs and energy. Pop and good as new. Majin Buu is coming to town. With the Kaioshins, the paranoia of North and East has finally gotten the better of him, venturing outside to make sure Buu hasn't tried to escape, which Grand Supreme assures everything is just fine. Peering in on Kakarot, pondering for a moment, our little home invader believes he has an idea. And with his fluffy counterpart,
Ah, buddy!
Shush! Excitedly asking if he's come to play, Super Buu urges his other self to keep quiet, before bluntly stating, you better explain the rules of the tournament to this one, or else he'll surely do something stupid. Then moving on to Frieza's ship, everyone from Universe
Let the Carnival of Terror begin. Give me the Dragon Balls.
What do you mean?
If you do not have them, then I have no need for them.
Oh no!
Give me the Dragon Balls. You have my thanks. Give me the Dragon Balls.
You won't get your wish.
You have my thanks.
like before, and I won't be gentle.
Is anyone out there?
Where are the Dragon Balls?
I have none.
Give me the Dragon Balls.
I'm sorry, everyone.
You have my thanks. Give me the Dragon Balls.
What is that?
If you do not have them, then I have no need.
Well then,
Let's go! You bastard!
I will not tolerate failure. I made you. You're no match for me.
Got the W, Tiger T.
Universe 8 has decided to stay out here instead of the gifted apartment. Looking down at Frieza himself, who already knows he has no chance to win his match, so he'll have to be a bit inventive. Implanting a fake memory into the Frost Demon, where the Space Lord met with a wizard on a far-off planet, who taught him to. The rest goes unexplained. Joyfully hopping down the halls, he knows for the other, he has something else in mind. With Cold, he merely influences the idea that his opponent is a Saiyan. Just talk to him, they'll accept any terms for a more exciting fight. Finished with the Frost Demons, the next in line would be Gast. But Boo knows how foolish that would be, so the last one will be C of Universe 5, the old man who trapped Vegito in another realm. What's happened here?
You!
Hey, what's power?
How did he get in? Is that a question for me? No. My question for you is, how can I vanquish number 18 easily in the tournament?
The next artificial morning, shaken, Yamcha discovers 18 was somehow fixed up overnight, causing him great concern. But the cold-hearted android simply growls for him to leave her alone. She doesn't know how it happened, but she's fine with it. Oob, staring into the sky, realizes the ring is gone, when a Lady Varga begins an announcement, welcoming everyone to the third round of the Multiverse Tournament. The fighting area has been changed once more, now taking the form of a disc on the floor. Also, the gravity has again been multiplied by 10, as well as a new invisible barrier installed, bearing a cylindrical form that will only be activated during the fights. It extends through the low wall into the air, before revealing, unbeknownst to the host, the next match will be a classic, Goku vs. Frieza, urging both contestants to enter the ring without touching the low wall. Picking himself up, our hero is a tad confused. Gohan reminds, the gravity has been multiplied by 10 again, meaning it's now 1,000 times the gravity of Earth. Annoyed, Piccolo reiterates, "Don't touch the wall." While Goten mockingly wags his finger that it's against the rules to aid the participants, something the Sun family seems to have trouble with. Laying eyes on the black-hearted space tyrant, Piccolo can't help but point out the irony of this fight, though Vegeta knows it'll be over in 2 seconds. Walking towards each other, with a glint in his eye, the Frost Demon inquires if Goku would like to accompany him to his place. Reasonably confused, Frieza repeats himself, again inviting him. Our dim-witted hero utters, "Sure, why not?" And we're transported to a frozen desert of a world, explaining this is an illusionary realm, only existing in their minds. If Frieza wins here, he wins the match, asking if that's okay. Always up for a challenge, Goku knows this will make things a lot more intriguing. But judging by the look on the Space Lord's face, what could he be up to? With little effort, Frieza hits the icy ground. Goku shouts it may be pretty cold, but that's about it, not thinking this will really give his foe much of an advantage. Shorting, he should have chosen better. When the Saiyan lets out an uncomfortable cough, he then realizes he can't catch a breath of fresh air, and feeling his face. Cackling, we find out there is almost no oxygen in this atmosphere. What's more, the environment here will rapidly age creatures like Saiyans. As Frieza claims, his adversary has already aged 20 years. Between all these factors only impacting inferior species, Frieza proclaims he has already won this battle. Powering to Super Saiyan 3, Goku now knows every second is precious. But unable to maintain the form, he won't even be able to utilize his full power here. Realizing Goku is beginning to slow down, he wants to end this now. Popping back to reality, it seems Goku has won, as he boasts his victory aloud. Videl turns to her husband questioning what just happened. All they did was stand there for several seconds without moving. Then Goku randomly said he won. Familiar with this technique himself, he explains it was a mental battle. As a vein pops out of his head, Frieza argues the deal was if he himself won, he would win the fight, and this match is not over. Smirking, if you insist. One-shotting his foe, Goku wins officially. Carefully touching the low wall. Again, he exits the area. As another Universe 18 fighter prepares for his bout, Piccolo urging Oob expressed caution. He may have sparred against Majin Buu back home, but this one is very different, still containing his evil half. Getting his sea legs, the reincarnate can feel how much more intense the gravity here is versus the gravity room. Hearing Buu enter, he quickly becomes soup. Before resuming his normal form, the childlike villain is ready to win this entire tournament. Kaioken! Oob proving to be able to go toe-to-toe with Majin Buu. Piccolo can only wonder why he'd be so foolish to use his maximum Kaioken from the start, knowing he's just going to wear himself out. But Goku notes that isn't his maximum. And the warrior himself does acknowledge he knows he won't be able to rely on this power for long, as it still rapidly drains his energy, whether maximum or not, while the Majin expends his own carelessly as well as endlessly. Merging back into a single entity, the bubbly man is about done fighting, now in the mood for a snack. Shouting for Oob to turn into a cake. But luckily, due to some intervention by Super Buu, he tosses it back at his foe. Cracking, fresh fruit is much better for you, turning him into a watermelon. This being the first time the others have seen Oob manipulate magic. Piccolo questions if he inherited that power from Buu, but even his mentor is shocked, never seen that ability in him before, as the boy begins to shout out in victory. The Majin wisely hid a piece of himself within the floor of the ring, while transmuting back to normal, possibly a bit confused. He giggles Oob doesn't understand the rules, as watermelons don't lose. Recognizing this as the same tactic from Buu of Universe 4, the Earthling knows he isn't as smart as his iteration from 4, so maybe a little trickery will work. Inquiring if Buu would like to play a game, happily responding, of course. Oob explains while he counts to 10. His new friend here goes to hide, and he'll come looking for him. If Oob can't find him in under a minute, Buu wins. Thinking for a moment, the childlike monster remembers the rules as explained to him by Super Buu. If he's out of view for 30 seconds, he'll be disqualified. A little flushed after realizing his trick has failed, Buu himself is furious someone would try to deceive him. Galactic Donut TM! What does he mean by TM? Gotenks doesn't give away his techniques. He provides a license for use.
I know I can do it! Maximum Kaioken! Ha! Super Kamehameha! That's the last piece. Breakfast time! There! You're hidden!
1, 2, oh no!
Come on! Stay calm!
18, 19,
You won't get out! No cheating, Bobbity.
30.4 seconds! Ooh, from Universe 18 wins! Huh? Boo lose? Oh well, that was really fun! And I liked being a watermelon!
Back with the others, Oob admits he still has a long way to go before he can actually defeat Majin Buu. If this were a life or death fight, things wouldn't have gone his way. But Goku insists he take pride in his win, as this Buu is even stronger than the one back home, and he fought very well. Informing the crowd, the ring is now being reformed, and in a few moments, the next battle will begin. Back in their private area, seemingly out of fighters, Bobbity stews in defeat, calling it unacceptable cheating, vowing he's had enough playing around and will take control of the situation himself, planning to possess everyone possible on this asteroid and destroy all those who resist. Dabura liking his master's idea, knowing evil runs rampant here. This would give Bobbity an army of elites. And while the protective barriers shield the audience from Ki, they don't block magic. Gazing into his crystal ball, the wizard cackles one by one. They will all belong to him. The King of Demons suggests he start with Vegito, as he appears to be the strongest by a wide margin and doesn't seem completely pure. But Bobbity remembers Vegeta all too well, thinking back to when he refused to obey. Not wanting to open that can of worms again, he's set on not involving him or any of his counterparts in any way. Also, the villain can sense that some of these universes are abundant with benevolent warriors. In fact, he doesn't sense any evil left within Universe 18's Vegeta. Deciding it would be smart for now to remain discreet, they will move forward with their plan, but hide the Majin seal for the time being. And mysteriously, Buu remains in the corner, sulking for the duration of the conversation, completely separated from his usual happy-go-lucky self, as in one of the apartments to Universe 3.
So you think you can wear me down from the inside, Kami? But I am pure evil! I am independent! I am at your command.
Stepping up, our Vegeta versus Kakarot,
Alright guys, final match.
the psychotic
Should start in 2
Saiyan
minutes.
relishing at the chance to massacre the prince. And for some reason, is wearing his brother's armor. Knowing he should feel the same, Vegeta realizes this isn't his great rival, only a shadow. Though, his foe quips, a shadow who surpasses him, regrowing his tail, even coming to the surprise of his comrades. But our prince only feels it's a desperate, pathetic move. As Kakarot snickers, it's been a long time since he's used his miniature lamps, or personal blood swaves. Using both the Ozaru and Super Saiyan transformation, his team looks on horrified.
This is from Dragon Ball GT.
No, we thought of it independently.
This might be a challenge after all. Their Vegeta can't reach level 3? I saw their Kakarots and little brats do it, and Vegeta is definitely stronger than them. Big Bang!
So you're taking me for an oath? You're wrong! Yeah!
Attack!
You're worn out! And one less Vegeta. And the next will follow soon.
I didn't take you for an oath. You are one! You may be large, but you aren't very tough. And now, you...
Here's how to launch. Find the power keys, then
I think we're running into some technical difficulties.
Maybe you should get some rest.
key. Go slot it.
Alright, should be working now. That sucks.
Ally down! If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies.
You be careful too, okay?
I can't tell if there's a leg.
Give me a lift!
Flying Nimbus!
I have to restart my computer. This guy's coming for me.
That's a new power key. Place it now.
Someone! You're a big help.
Hey, great! You found another power key. Use it quick. That's a new power key. Place it now. Great. You know what to do with that key. An ally needs your help. We don't know what danger awaits. Think before rushing in.
Flying Nimbus!
Well, we found our keys, that's good. So we're down 2 players right now. Oh, okay.
I owe you one.
Hey! Give me a lift!
Flying Nimbus!
Ally down! If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies. startup system from the central area. Just a little more to go.
Flying
Then
Nimbus!
you're done. An ally needs your help. You don't know what danger awaits. Think before rushing in. Holy hell. Oh, this is bad. Somebody's down. Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help them. Get out! You serious?
I really don't want to do this.
Ally
Flying
down!
Nimbus!
If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies. I'll send some supplies to help. Make good use of them.
Welcome.
This is bad. Somebody's down. Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help them.
I've had enough of this. I'm activating Cellmax.
Enough of this foolishness!
Doctor!
Now we pretty much lost.
I'll take care of them, but I need you to buy me some time. I sent over a super transfer. Be careful with it. Should make it easier to deal with. Here comes a pain! Ah! Bastard!
There's nothing I could have done.
That was scary.
The startup system is under attack. Stop it if you can, but retreat if you need. Got it? Use all 7 tracks. Somebody should run at the altar. An ally
I
needs
can't
your help.
do this.
You don't know what danger awaits. Think before rushing in. The startup system's under attack. It's dangerous, so tread carefully if you want to get closer.
It's like trying to run in your dream. I ran around the whole map.
I'm so scared. That was scary.
You just aren't very tough. Vegeta, always so sure of himself. You think you're superior, huh? Did you expect this? You really are pitiful, Kakarot. You should follow the example of a certain little girl and her grandfather, Son Goku.
Collapsing to the ground, Vegeta gets the W. A ref alerting a healer the gravity has been lowered, so he better go and take care of him quick. But the Namek is pretty sure he's dead. Retrieving his brother, Raditz can only comment on how the prince really laid a number on him, setting him back in their area. The Saiyan then goes on to propose they handle more serious matters now. Namely, he'd like to speak to that old Kai one-on-one. Rolling his eyes, their Vegeta agrees. After all, given his lack of strength, Raditz has had to develop his diplomatic skills. Heading off, apparently Kakarot still clings to life. As the Namek announces he's going to heal him now, Vegeta objects, bluntly stating he prefers him this way. When an audience member suddenly holds his head in pain, another spectator inquiring what's the matter. But opening his eyes, he assures everything is fine. Calling upon Cell and Tapion to enter the ring, the Varga turns to her ally, asking if everything's alright, or if he just had a, bad feather day. Though he only mutters he's fine, and it's merely a lack of sleep. Sitting with old Kai, Raditz is blunt, knowing full well he can't lie to a Kaioshin without being caught, so he cuts right to the chase. If he is gifted the deity's power, he will use it to free up his own universe. About to take his place, Raichu warns, if Tapion enters the ring without Hirudegarn's aura, the gravity will crush him in an instant. But due to a well-placed epiphany last night, he has a much better solution. Shouting for the monster to wrap him in his aura and fight for him. Looking on at the creature, Cell sees this match as nothing more than training. While inside, Tapion will be completely sitting this one out, not even in control of Hirudegarn. But at least now, he's not his own weak point.
This doesn't make sense. I'm hitting much harder than that Giza Krillin. Your attacks are of a ridiculous level. This will go on forever if neither of us can hurt each other. And I can go on for years. What about you? You make a good point. The audience would get bored. It's time to play on the same field.
He didn't do that against us.
Yeah!
Yeah!
Huh?
Nice combo!
Dad, don't support Cell, please. While everyone is distracted, Bobbity's minions make their way somewhere. Waking up, still with a hole in his chest, Kakarot is a little less than happy to discover he still hasn't been healed, shouting out for a Namek as he coughs up blood. Quickly saving him.
Raditz! Where are you? How could you leave me?
He's not here.
Vegeta sent you to watch me. Stop taking me for a fool and go back to your kennel. You think I'm crazy, but... Well, yes. My mind has never been so clear. What should we do, Master?
You? Nothing yet.
The fight continues while the wizard slowly places his pawns. Videl heads back to Universe 18's apartment, laughing to herself that if her father were here to see this giant cell, he'd be having nightmares. Bobbity's gang of thugs arrives to their destination, one mentioning how the woman behind this door is the weakest of her universe, and she'll make an excellent hostage. Moreover, no one will be able to detect him once they've entered the room. Though, all it took was a kick to the door for the others to realize Videl's in trouble. Gohan initially rushing to the aid of his wife, but Vegeta stops him, instead directing Pan to head there immediately. Explaining himself, the prince believes the young girl needs exposure like this in order to grow. Arriving in a millisecond wielding her grandpa's Niobe, Videl hasn't forgotten where she's come from, easily apprehending every intruder. Something does bother her, however. No matter how many times she'd knock him down, they just keep getting back up, resurfacing some very particular bad memories.
He seems mostly unharmed. Blunt attacks are either being deflected or dampened. And when I try to pierce him, he just vanishes into smoke. But if he doesn't see it coming... Oh no! You won't escape!
Commenting on the situation, the announcer elaborates, Tapion has been completely sucked inside of Cell, beginning the countdown. Trunks piffing these Vargas don't know anything, as that giant monster is clearly not Tapion. Remembering their past battle, Goku questions Vegeta if he thinks Cell will explode, who doesn't for a second consider it, as this technique has nothing to do with that. In a somewhat messy explosion, one official does their best to hold their lunch down, as the other begins the countdown again, but this time for Cell. Hiruda Garn lets out a beastly chuckle as the count nears the halfway point. Regenerating fully impressively fast, Cell turns the tables on his opponent, reversing the countdown once more. But the Biodroid claims there's no need, as both Tapion and his creature are dead. Regardless, the 30 count is reached and Cell moves on, heading to his quarters to wash up. Vegito jokes he'd try and not kill any of his kids on the way back.
I've improved from this fight, but it's not enough. I need to... What? Who's trying to control me? Impudence!
Yamcha exits the room, leaving his teammates behind with Raditz, presumably because 18's fight is next. Clarifying the situation, Raditz would use the power-up to eliminate his two comrades, Tien asking about the third, but he refuses to kill his own brother, promising to take care of him in his own way. Causing Tien to scoff, there's actually a heart in his chest after all. The Kaioshin confirms he's not lying, knowing full well he'd like nothing more than to do away with Nappa and Vegeta. But fewer oppressors does not mean less oppression. With a smug grin, Raditz argues, managing, ruling, meaningless murder. He cares not for these things. That's Vegeta's MO. His brother and himself will only keep enough to live and prosper, nothing more. Videl jeering at the idea he's really going to stop committing evil acts. But the Kaio chimes that's not what he's saying. Raditz and Kakarot will continue their selfish behavior, even the killing of innocents, but merely in their own region on a small scale. This would only serve to end the continuous massacres led by Vegeta. He is offering a lesser evil, which suits himself best. The Saiyan doesn't argue with his paraphrasing, calling it a good deal. We then have C and 18 ushered forth. Coaching, Yamcha notes she's already seen this man as a really crafty wizard, so she needs to attack before he has time to retaliate. The very millisecond she touches down in the ring, she should charge. But she's still not having any of his friendliness, telling him to... kick rocks, we'll say. But even 17 doesn't think it's a bad plan, his sister admitting the same. However, she didn't ask for help. Falling to the ground lifeless, C unveils a remote, having his finger on the button this entire time. Future Trunks knowing this device well, and how it was used to deactivate her. The question is, how it came into his possession. And just like that, the wizard is announced the winner. 17 bellowing at the old man, screaming he's gonna pay. Yamcha holds him back, warning he go nowhere near that remote. Besides, unfortunately, the truth is he played by the rules. Before volunteering to go in the ring and get her, since 17 hasn't been repaired, it's not a sure thing he can withstand the gravity. Picking her up, Yamcha can only glare at C as he walks back to the shadows, not knowing who this guy is or where he's getting his information. But he doesn't like this one bit. Apprehending the intruders and reporting them to a tournament official, Piccolo points out to him they seem to possess abnormal strength. Apologizing for the incident, the Varga promises to send them to his own universe, and they'll investigate just what's going on. While the ones in the booth make small talk on how this is the last fight before lunch, which will consist of Super Buu and Gotenks. The Great Kaioshin releasing his grip, Buu is free once more. Bowing at the head to offer his thanks for taking care of him, ready to have a nice battle. Gazing at the Majin, Goku notes his calm nature, as the Namek turns to the boys, barking to know what they're waiting for, urging they fuse and get in the ring. Scoping something in the distance, Trunks asks Piccolo what's that he sees.
Huh? There's nothing.
Gotenks appears in an instant, announcing this is the brand new Gotenks. After having a revelation last night, not only has his power doubled, but Goten and Trunks can now perform the fusion dance super fast. Hopping onto the stage, Buu finds this curious. A revelation last night, just like with him and his friend who helped him. Unfortunately, even with all the wisdom bestowed upon him by the Majin Claws, Gotenks is still as gaudy as ever, bellowing.
So, Demon, we meet again. You think you can attack this whole tournament and go unpunished? Well, I'm here to stop you.
His sister piffing, he must mean Gast, or the Great Kaioshin.
Stop me then! But do you have enough power?
Astonishing Goku yet again, who says he hasn't felt this level of strength since Vegito and Broly fought, the former himself even appearing uneasy.
You ready?
You bet!
He's past us now, don't you think? Hey, Vegeta, that's beyond our power, isn't it? Vegeta?
As if just waiting for this moment, Universe 16's brawl lets out a sigh, because these morons didn't even account for the fusion having a lesser time while using Super Saiyan 3. Beating the boys to a pulp, Buu states he's going to be very disappointed if they're done already, but vowing this isn't over. Fusing again in under a second, Gotenks claims he's physically and mentally fit once more, the second of the two being debatable. Quite the upgrade for them. Super Buu is happy to see his tampering may have paid off. Chuckling, now it's his turn to try something new. Utilizing the Ultra Armor from the Helolites. In an attempt to quell his comrades' concerns, Elaine explains he won't even be able to use it without Xenolome's brainwaves. But morphing his face, the villain quips that's not a problem.
Ultra Waver Ball! Is this a joke? Your own attacks are stronger than this. Instead, try a taste of my Ultra Gotenks Ball! Here! Ha ha ha! Buu is defeated!
Defeated? I was just testing the barrier! Eat this instead!
Oh, what a work of art!
Magnificent!
He's using the armor carelessly. He'll run out of energy soon.
Huh?
Ha! Good timing! This is your end! 100,000 vengeful fists!
I left you a present!
The carbonite! It must be destroyed immediately! Are you kidding? What about my arm? It's done for!
If only you could see yourself!
Lucky for them, defusing also happened to solve their carbonite problem. However, separate, they are way too weak to fight Majin Buu. And getting bored, he decides to put an end to this farce right now. Calling him back. And, in an interesting turn, the Grand Supreme Kai thinks, or communicates telepathically. What an actor! Causing Super Boo to respond not to mock him. But what could this mean? The big boy himself calling out for lunchtime. Seems Goten and Trunks of our universe agreed to a bet with Brawl that they had no chance of winning, in that they have to be her servants for an undisclosed period, ushering them to refill her glass. While Pan shouts out she wants some more cake. Goku liking that idea, getting a bit thirsty himself. Away, evil Vegeta wonders where his imbeciles of teammates are. Rushing through a corridor of their ship, a henchman of Frieza alerts there is food being served in the arena, inquiring if they plan on joining. All with an eviler look in their eyes, Jace mutters, "Yeah, sure." In the audience, we find ourselves a couple of divine spectators. Since we're not in the canon continuity, the events of Battle of Gods never took place. Or maybe it's another reality's Beerus altogether, asking the audience member to his left if they've heard of a Super Saiyan God. But naturally, they have not. Then beckoning the person in front of him, who also has not. Whis inquires if he asked one of the Vargas to make an announcement. But the great feline destroyer couldn't stop himself from catching and eating him. But it's whatever, resolving they just head home. And an hour of gorging later, Fat Vegeta was born, but not through any dancer earrings. He simply ate way too much, even for a Saiyan. Trunks laughing, he looks like he's about to explode like Cell. His daughter only calling him an idiot. Up next will be Brawl versus King Cold. The young girl requests Piccolo change her into a light outfit instead of this weighted garb, switching her attire. Her brother questions why she changed clothes, wondering if she thinks it'll be a tough fight. But she boasts he must be dreaming, as the gravity is more dangerous than that mosquito, and this will be easy. But she'd still rather not be weighed down. Overhearing, Cold scoffs she's quite sure of herself, but he is much stronger than any of his children, and taking him out won't be so simple. Mocking, she stands her ground, replying, "Oh yes, it'll be very simple." But the Space Lord believes her confidence only resides in that Super Saiyan transformation. Without it, no one from her universe could have ever defeated his sons. Laughing this off, Brawl calls the tyrant ignorant, claiming he's outclassed 1,000 times over, and she doesn't need Super Saiyan or even her own hands or feet to win. In fact, she could squish him with her breath alone, and in a few seconds, he'll see. And as the Frost Demons like to do, in adhering to Boo's interference, he proposes a handicap, one that is official with the organizers. Gohan interjecting she not accept any of his terms, reminding they've promised their wish to Universe 19. Going on, Cold suggests they ban that transformation, and if she uses it during their fight, she loses immediately. Proving to possibly be the most cocky of her group, she chorts, "That's a handicap? And her untransformed Pinky alone could defeat him." Varga approaching, Cold asks if he heard, making the deal official. Brawl once again agreeing. Jumping in, she confidently spouts the demon doesn't seem to understand. She's not just a Saiyan, she's so much more. Shouting for her to wait, Cold points out he hasn't touched the ring yet, and he has a surprise. In shock, Cooler realizes his father has also discovered the secret of augmented forms, appearing much like his older son's final state. But Brawl couldn't be happier in what she is witnessing, thinking now he might have a small chance. Before revealing a second augmented form, resembling a giant multi-armed version of the Frost Demon Xenomorph state, towering over her. The look on Brawl's face spells she may have bitten off more than she bargained for. Piccolo never imagining a member of Frieza's family could reach this insane height of power. Goku going on, it was 30 years ago when he first faced Frieza on Namek, and with time, he didn't feel like Cold was very strong, believing he must have trained very hard. The Namek adding, his power is close to what they sensed of Perfect Cell at this tournament. Shouting to his sister that it's too risky and to call off the bet now, Brawl narrows her eyes, smirking, this will be good training.
Your attacks don't really hurt.
Taunting Brawl if she's tired already. The girl assures this is only a warm-up. Piccolo feels Cold is stronger, faster, and tougher than Brawl. But even though she's still so sure of herself.
Let's get serious then! Insolent wretch!
Returning his assault, Brawl mocks the king. Scoffing this weak stuff embarrasses her. Oob notices the number of attacks growing. Whoa! She still has enough energy for this? Trying to stand tall, Brawl thinks this is the end for Cold. Appearing completely beaten, she falls to the ground, blood pouring from her open wound. The official begins the countdown, as 16's Pan questions her father if she's dead. Who doesn't know, being difficult to sense her ki from here. Oob able to feel a faint energy emitting off her, but it's very weak. Overhearing this, the Frosty Man decides to accelerate the 30 count. Hiding some sensu beans in her glove, she takes a few, returning to her full strength if not far greater due to the ensuing Zenkai. Gritting his teeth, the Space Tyrant growls she cheated, but she claims she's just doing like him and using the rules to her own advantage. And now she has the upper hand. Looking over at Goku, Piccolo comments how he would have given one to Cold too, wouldn't he? Responding, of course he would. Why?
Overhand! I'll show you!
Don't touch it!
Smirking, this was over before it began, and until now, she had only used basic attacks. But now it's time to put this to an end.
You think you can take me by surprise? What the?
Nearly slicing Cold in half. That should just about do it. Goku commenting how her sheer ability combated her foe's raw power. Boo excited to finally see something new at this tournament. Piccolo asking Vegito if he can do this technique too, which of course he can, but a lot of credit actually goes to Gotenks, as he was the first to use energy to create constructs, and they merely followed his lead. Beginning to ponder on a few things, Super Boo realizes between the ability to use ki to create weapons that cut, protect, and lock up, and being able to limitlessly teleport, Vegito could have easily defeated Broly earlier, knowing now he and his daughter have been simply entertaining themselves this entire time. While the Fused Warrior chose to use his maximum power, in a sort of old school approach, Brawl willingly handicapped herself and utilized novel techniques. Once again speaking to each other, Boo looks towards the Grand Supreme Kai, asking had she not done this fight would have been pretty boring. Who agrees? But calling him out, claims it doesn't justify the aid he delivered to the others. Replying, Boo assures he only gave them ideas, which they had all along, and he merely revealed it to him. As the countdown nears its end, Cold congratulates Brawl, who can only smirk at the win, officially calling the match. Cold uses Ginyu's body swap on the girl, and if you're aware of the specials, we learn Cold has actually been Captain Ginyu all along, stealing the body of his overlord's father in a plan of revenge. Avarga tells the healer the gravity has been reset to normal, and he can go help that fighter now, leaving Brawl fully baffled, as, who we'll now refer to as Ginyu, walks off with a sinister look on his face, bidding farewell to Universe 8. The Namek amazed to see the Frost Demon is still alive. Brawl shouts for him to heal her already, but Frieza interjects, screaming not to touch him, and scowling they don't owe anyone, and they'll be taking him back to their own healing tank. Picking up their gigantic father, Brawl barks at these idiots not to let him leave. Heading to his new group, Pan cheers for her friend's victory. Gazing at his father, Frieza notes he's calmed down at last. Cooler commands a doctor to maintain sedatives consistently, and he'll return back to his original form on his own, before they're aggressively directed to leave. Catching on quick, Frieza says aloud he doesn't think this man is their father anymore. Excitedly asking how she did all that, playing the part, Ginyu ruffles her hair, promising to teach her, but right now, she needs a shower. Though, this deceit will be short-lived. Goku and Gohan hearing loud and clear what Cold yelled at the end of the match. Goku knows they need to alert the other universe of what happened, but his son assures they're already aware. The seed Super Buu planted in the Emperor, and that one of their own not being who they appear, finally begins to mature. Explaining to his brother, years ago, he killed Captain Ginyu, who had the ability to switch bodies. Not naming Buu himself, he claims a source told him he actually survived, and has lived among them all along. And at the end of the fight, Frieza clearly saw him use that technique. Now completely confident Ginyu has been hiding in their father's body, which explains why he's gotten so much stronger, as Captain Ginyu was an expert warrior. Cooler questioning if that means Ginyu now resides in that Saiyan's body, which very much so is the case, and their father died years ago. Stopping her from entering the apartment, Gohan and Vegito confront Ginyu, bluntly calling him out as not really Bra. Again trying to blend in, he scoffs. Of course not, I'm Son Bra, so stop calling me just Bra. Gohan chiding nice try, but he's not fooling anyone. Vegito further cutting to the chase, stating he is actually Captain Ginyu. Pan aghast by this revelation, realizing they must have encountered his other iteration in their own realm, figuring it's pointless now to keep up this ruse. Introducing himself with a bow, he comes clean, admitting he hasn't gone by that name in a long time. But from now on, they can just call him Bra, a dedicated student of martial arts, a friend they can count on in the life of any party, thanking them for accepting him, happy to join the family. Grabbing him and teleporting away. Shocked by their intrusion, Frieza points out this must mean they have figured out what's going on too, addressing they now have a common enemy, and while he doesn't like it any more than they. Holding Ginyu to the healing tank, Vegito demands he switch back, but cockily, he taunts, or else what? The fused warrior then threatens he will make him disappear, and he isn't talking about death, much worse. Smiling, worse than dying, he reveals he has the ability to destroy one's very soul, and with that, there is no paradise, no resurrection, no reincarnation. But Ginyu believes this body is too important to dear old dad for him to do that. Continuing to argue, Vegito claims Shenron will have no issue in restoring Brawl to her original form, but he won't be able to recreate the Body Snatcher's immortal soul once he gets done with it. Sighing, he reluctantly goes to use the technique, but trying to trick his adversary and actually destroy Brawl. Vegito is too privy to fools like Ginyu. In fact, he's even had to prevent Brawl from pulling very similar stunts for years now, affirming, against him, Ginyu's overwhelmed, and his only chance for survival is to obey. But the villain scoffs the body in the tank will die soon, snickering Vegito just get used to his new daughter, bellowing to kill him if he dares. Throwing him to the ground, Ginyu once again tries to talk his way out of this, reminding if they fight out of the ring, they'll both be sent home, which will separate Vegito from Brawl's soul forever. But this threat doesn't concern him, as they are light years from the arena, knowing no one knows what they're up to. Going Super Saiyan, Ginyu then resolves to see how this new body fares. Repelling him with ease, Vegito boasts that not even his precious daughter amounts to 1/10 of his power. What's more, one needs harmony between both the body and spirit, and Ginyu doesn't have the true capacities of Brawl. But he counters, that would only be the case if he landed in a body that was truly pure of heart, with no malevolent intent. But nobody becomes powerful without losing at least some of their compassionate nature, leaving Vegito silent, before the villain vows to master his new vessel well, wanting to show him. Going Super Saiyan 3 for a short burst, Vegito puts Ginyu down. Grabbing him by the neck, he coldly stares into him, asking if he's got the message now. Change! Back at the tournament, Pan, Gohan, and Piccolo all appear really nervous, Gohan muttering he hopes Vegito is okay. With his far superior reflexes and fighting intelligence, the fused warrior is able to beat Ginyu at his own game. In a bit of desperation, he forces him to try to body swap, but directs it towards the recovering Frost Demon instead. Still as sassy as ever, Brawl scoffs it took him long enough. Vegito admits he's happy to see her too, before she realizes her father beat her up pretty good. But upon seeing the less than polite intruder that beat him up pretty good, Cooler wants retribution. Teleporting out of there as to not risk trouble from the organizers, the demon is left to stew in his frustration. Frieza questioning where Ginyu is now. When both of them hold their heads in agony, the Emperor realizing this is a psychic attack, growling to know what a reverent magician believes he is capable of controlling the likes of him. But Babidi views himself as more than confident in possessing Frieza. In fact, it's the Frost Demon who is the arrogant one, believing he should be able to resist the most ancient of magic. Popping back to their group, Vegito immediately requests some senzu beans. While chewing one, Brawl announces she's going to bed, looking a bit defeated in her own way. Pan reaching out as if wanting to say something to comfort her. As Vegito explains to Gohan, Ginyu has been put back inside cold and isn't their problem anymore. In reference to Brawl, Piccolo comments it'd be wise of her to study her next opponent, her father admitting that would be smart, so of course she's not gonna do it. And we see behind him, the next match has already began. Rewinding a few minutes, Raichi and Gast are called to the stage. Seeing his opponent hovering on his crystal ball, he reminds he must touch down for the fight to begin. But the doctor decides to allow his specters to worry about that. Stuttering, Gast questions if this man killed all these Namekians, but Raichi barks he has.
It's over. What the? It's over. It's over. To commemorate.
Flying Nimbus! It's Trunks. I've set a super time machine, as well as a crate of supplies. Here's how to launch. Find the power keys, then place them in the right spots.
Thanks.
Flying Nimbus! Somebody's down! Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help them. You found a power key. Go slot it. Great! You know what to do with that key.
What's the big idea?
So annoying when these guys do that, man.
Flying Nimbus! Hey, great! You found another power key. Use it quick!
Welcome. Thank you. Oh.
Ally down! If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies.
Internet's lagging hard. Yo, Rosaline, what's up?
Holy hell. Oh, man. This is bad. Somebody's down. Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help them.
Flying Nimbus!
Right now we are down one person. No Dragon Balls. Got to find the sleep sheet. Might be underwater.
To beat you to a pulp! I'm going to beat you to a pulp!
Internet's KO'd.
I sent you a super transfer. Use it to hold the enemy back. I'm going to beat you to a pulp! I'll get another one out right away. Just keep it together until then.
If you're looking for a fight, well, you came to the right place.
I sent another super transfer. Take it and survive this.
What happened, man? Internet's lagging.
watch out for enemies.
Yeah, this match is a wash.
I'm close. You're good to go.
Bad. Somebody's down. Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help them.
It's over.
You're good to go.
I need your help. You don't know what danger awaits. Think before rushing
This
in.
guy's an asshole. I'm just gonna end the match.
No innocence on his conscience. These Namekians were murdered by Saiyans, a predatory pattern in his life. Quipping Gast, also a vigilante, should understand his feelings well, and the two of them have the same ideals of peace. Though as opposite states, this man's ideology seems to gravitate around vengeance rather than justice. Asking if he wins, will he bring back his people? People like the Namek himself. But the doctor utters, the dead do not return. Gast finding the statement ironic, as they themselves are literally surrounded by them.
You live in the past, entrapped in your shell of denial. It's time for you to move on, for your own good.
Don't touch my master! What?
Well, duh!
Destroy the remains! He can regenerate! Fool! He's going mad again! There! That's the end of him!
17, 18, 19?
Master! Call back Broly! He won't be of any use now! Just a few more seconds. If I withdraw him now, I will not be able to summon him again for this fight. And Gast may still be alive somehow.
Isn't the wall supposed to be impenetrable? 29?
What? Gast is alive! With the destruction of Raichi's crystal ball, it's made known the Doctor himself was merely a ghost as well. Rising from the smoke, Gast deduces the combined hatred in the ball has manifested into a single entity, who you may know as Hachiak.
The emotion of these violent deaths, collected by that machine, usually only come in waves. What we are hearing is the pain suffered by infinite souls the Doctor has harnessed over countless years.
With more questions forming at every turn, a strange creature has formed with the demise of the ghost of the Doctor and his crystal ball. While Gast was able to prove he was more than Raichi or any of his specters could handle, this
match is
mysterious
starting
new
in a
enemy may prove to even be a challenge for the ultimate Namekian warrior.
Did he finally stop screaming?
Continuing his bellowing, Gohan holds his wife to comfort her, while the wizard only feels the screeching as music to his ears.
I can't attack him like this. No! Again? Both times. He screamed for exactly 16 seconds before firing. 2, 3, 4,
We need to get rid of him. He's attacking the audience. Not directly, though. Who cares? Screw this. If Gas doesn't stop him immediately, I'm going to handle this myself. Damn the rules.
11, 12, 13, 15.
Can you hear me? It's Trunks.
Flying Nimbus!
I've set a super time machine, as well as a crate of supplies. Here's how to launch. Find the power keys, then place them in the right spots.
I'm scared. Oh no. Thank you. Thank you.
You found a power key. Go slot it.
Flying Nimbus!
Thanks.
Great. You know what to do with that key. That's a
Flying
new power
Nimbus!
key. Place it now. An ally needs your help. We don't know what danger awaits. Think before rushing in. Holy hell.
I didn't even see this box.
Hey, great! You found another power key. Use it quick. Ally down. If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies. Great! You know what to do with that key. Oh, man. Get the hell out of here! The startup system for the super time machine is ready. Head there now. This is bad. Somebody's down. Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help them.
A custom logo banner.
Under attack. It's dangerous, so tread carefully.
No, thank you. Let me get that. Where's the supplies?
I'll send some supplies to help. Make good use of them.
It's all good, Gentle Eve. It's all good. But anyways, we got 6 Dragon Balls. Give me one more.
Stay calm. Stay calm.
Ally down! If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies. The startup system's destroyed.
Yeah, you weren't gonna win this match. And I don't even know where the hell the supplies are.
Head for the beacon that's indicated by a blue light.
I don't know if you guys want to fight. Just seeing what the squad's doing.
I've sent the escape
Oh, they
time
left.
machine. Use it to get out of there. The escape time machine is back. Whenever you have a beacon, you can call it again. I've sent the escape time machine. Use it to get out of there.
What's your rank? Eve? Evie?
Don't waste your energy.
I've had enough of this.
Consider it done.
Go!
Solar
What?
What is that? I've sent the escape time machine. Use it to get out of there.
Match was whack.
I don't think the Dragon Balls can bring Raichi back, but it's probably for the best anyway. Really? Gast killed Raichi for good? That would be a miracle. But where does that leave me? My comrades are still dead.
I don't care about your feelings. Come to me now.
Yes, Master! With the stadium returning to its normal volume, the official names Gast the winner, remarking how their head feels much better now, and there will be a short break before the next round, the quarterfinals. And during this time, we'll run the ads?
Exactly.
Oob expresses his excitement at the opportunity to go up against his own master in the next match, Goku, asking the boy if he thinks he can win. This definitely causes a bit of internal conflict in the warrior, but after some silent reassurance from the Sun family, he confidently remarks, of course he'll win. With the Frost Demons, Namek is confused, as he has been beckoned to heal contestant Cold after all, falling victim to the wizard's control. Frieza replies, their master has requested they accept the offered assistance, despite their previous objections. Cooler ordering he get on it immediately. Curious why Babidi hasn't moved in a few minutes now. Dabura snips at the Majin to silence himself, as their master is transforming the entire arena into a magic room, just like on their ship. But the wizard admits he's having trouble reaching the apartments, as the area is simply too vast. Dabura assuring he and the other minions will take care of that themselves. Gohan immediately recognizing the apparatus that has appeared in the middle of the ring, all while something else seems to catch Vegeta's attention to his right. Using his magic, dozens of participants suddenly vanish, including Pan, Trunks, and Vegito from Universe 16, and Goku, Vegeta, Oob, and Pan of 18, as well as a few Helolites. As Gohan shouts everyone has disappeared, Piccolo points out it only seems to have affected the participants, Super Buu included. Appearing behind the Grand Supreme Kai, Dabura barks no sudden movements, and that goes for everyone. West Kaioshin demands to know where they've sent the others, but the demon chuckles that the ones who matter are in fact still here. As if that was their cue, Babidi's army of possessed souls begin making their presence known.
Long live our master! We have to send him back.
But to which universe?
Destroying the control booth, there will be no easy solution for this mess. Salza declaring to everyone, they are all now their prisoners. Questioning what Bardock sees of the future, the Saiyan reveals it's not an ability he has any control over. The mark on their heads being a dead giveaway, Gohan piffs how predictable it is for Babidi not to accept defeat.
Don't move!
While Cell restrains our heroes of the 16th universe, the Cell Juniors cover the ones from 18, even taking over Android 17, who spouts he now has a new mission in life, serving his master. But maybe more surprising, one of the Helolites is seen holding his own team hostage. And with his affront finally made public, the wizard has but a single plan, to put every universe here under his control. A few billion parsecs away, on an alien world, the missing participants find themselves unable to breathe through a thick smog. Gas clearing it away, Goku thanks him for the assist. As one of the Helolites questions if they've all been transported, our hero asking what he means by all. Future Trunks pointing out everyone here is a participant, but not all participants are here. Not Future Trunks rubbing his chin, notices on first glance, it seems only the big jerk faces are missing, causing South Kaioshin to frantically wonder where Vegito is, who's right behind him, annoyed at the insinuation. Elaine, the Helolite, wonders aloud where they are, causing the Goku-witted Goku to state it's Frieza. He invited them here and he's gonna make them old. Which, that fight being merely a mind battle, comes off as crazy as it sounds. The fused warrior notes he can't feel the arena at all, so they must be on a faraway planet. When Xenolome, I think, blames Super Buu for all of this, believing he had to have struck again. But throwing his hands up, he claims to be another victim like all of them, and he had nothing to do with this. As Vegeta points to Babidi's platform nearby, knowing the situation almost as well as anyone, Vegito tells the group it had to be Babidi, as he has the power to move them all, and the other participants are most likely under his control. But Goku argues surely Gohan could not have fallen under the wizard's hold. But off-screen, he's reminded Gohan was not a participant. the reality dawning on the Saiyan. All those with pure hearts who wouldn't fall under his spell must be battling those who would, sending the rest of them here. But Trunks points out, if that's the case, what's evil Vegeta doing here? 16's Pan questioning. He's like, super bad, right? Who, frazzled, can only spout for them to leave him alone already. When Goku notices, they're also missing Goten, wondering if he could have been possessed. But Trunks saw him head to the bathroom in the apartment before this all happened. His protege adds, the entirety of Universe 9, the Z-Fighter humans and Old Kai, are absent as well, and they were also in their apartment. Knowing his old friends, even if different iterations of them, Goku doesn't believe Babidi would be able to take control of him, leaving the gang to speculate if the apartments were out of the reach of the wizard. Whatever the case, they must get back to stop Babidi. Arrogantly, Vegito piffs this off, having full confidence this little coup of his has already failed. A, Gohan is still there. B, 2 Gohans are still there. C, Brawl went back to her room as well. So between the 3 of them, these bad guys don't stand a chance. But served a bit of humbleness, he notices no one's paying attention to him. Remembering back to Babidi's ship, Goku knows this platform should lead them to where they want to go. And since it works with magic, he asks if Boo can open it, or activate it, or whatever. Who, more familiar with Babidi than anyone, explains it's only a slab of metal. Its sole purpose was for the teleportation spell to get here, and it's useless now. So they move on to the next idea, attempting to sense out the others, and return by instant transmission. While they figure they must be insanely far off, they'll look as fast as they can. And of course, Boo knows something he's not telling, saying in his head, they're far off indeed, and he's more than happy to let them take up some time in tracking them down. Because, if he were to assist, he'd miss out on quite the show, revealing to still have a piece of him on the asteroid. With a sly grin, Grand Supreme Kai asks Dabura what makes him think he's a good hostage. They have several sets of Dragon Balls here. They can simply bring them back. Clearly not something the Demon King thought of. West demanding they stop all this nonsense at once, or the punishment will be severe.
Don't do it!
Shouting for her teammate to pull himself together. Narb appears to be very confused while under the control of Babidi, yelling back they don't understand anything. But in other states, that's too bad for him. As the Helolites jump into position, Narb pleads they don't. Unable to control his actions, it seems the warrior has a semblance of himself still within him. Falling to his knees, he declares his love for the one who tried to tell him to pull himself together. But with 2 of their good comrades down, amidst the fog of the situation, there is little time to mourn the traitor. As the other survivor reminds, they can all still be resurrected, but for now, they have to help in this battle. As the Majin audience members make themselves known, there are a few benevolent beings who rise up against them. Knowing full well she may not be a participant, she's more than strong enough to take on this mind-controlled idiot. As the chaos erupts in the stands, Gohan tells his brother to protect the girls, as he and Piccolo are going to track down Babidi. And with our heroes taking off, what barricades does the wizard have in store for them? Speaking to Goten with a concerned look on her face, Brawl expresses worry that many of these enemies are more powerful than him, who argues he saved her from the Cell Juniors. And with him, she's sick. I take it back! Run! You won't escape us! Hey Dad, get over here! Don't call me that! As the girls try to head back to the apartment to hide, Nappa blocks their path. As our iteration of Brawl has no interest in fighting, this leaves Videl as not only the adult figure, but also the only of the pair with battle experience, telling her to run to. But the daughter of Vegeta ain't no joke. Questioning the young girl if she's had some kind of training, she responds, no, why? As poor, regular old human Videl can't catch a break. Mere feet away, gods and demons brawl, the latter taking the advantage, while chuckling they're not so tough without the South Kaioshin to carry their weight. When Fitzel, one of the few surviving Helolites, rushes to the rescue, pleading the Kaios hang in there.
Are you really my son? You suck.
But also right in time, the other tech warrior, Nedwook, comes to the aid of Goten, shouting he's outclassed and he needs to get out of here. But proving to be a noble fighter, the kin of Goku stands his ground, stating where he comes from. They don't ask if they're outclassed, they just fight, before alerting Kakarot is still alive. Managing to avoid the sneak attack, Nedwook believes this recovery impossible, having aimed right for his heart. Simultaneously, on their way to stop Babidi, Gohan and Piccolo of our realm spot Cell holding a few Universe 16 members captive, including himself and the other Videl, who pleads with her own Gohan to go out and fight, and to just let Cell kill her, as she'll ultimately be wished back. But that's not something he can allow to happen. Thinking, our Gohan knows if he himself were in the same situation, nothing would change, and he too would be unable to let anything happen to Videl. But making eye contact with each other, there seems to be some kind of unspoken communication, as they both wonder if they're thinking the same thing. And if they are, they could count on the other predicting the other's action instantly. 16's Gohan freeing himself amidst the attack. He shields his wife from the ensuing explosion, which was just enough to knock Cell to the ground. Piccolo, though, gets severely maimed by the blast. But ours, knowing Gohan knew the Namek's toughness, and that this was the best solution to free up Universe 16's fighters. Ready for that rematch now more than ever, Gohan instructs Piccolo to watch after her. Glaring into the Biodroid, he growls it's just the two of them now, who has been waiting for this moment for what seems like an eternity. Nearby, Frieza commands his Lessers to go after the spectators, and he and his family will take care of the other contestants, which is terrible news for the audience, as they were just seeming to get the advantage over their possessed counterparts.
I'll take care of them. Go after Babidi. In the name of the Namekian race, I've got a score to settle.
Breaking down the door to the wizard's apartment. It's empty.
Transform yourself, son.
Using an augmented form, King Cold believes this state will be better for a drawn-out battle, figuring it best to start out slow. Frieza, proving after all he has this ability as well, bellows to the Namek he's going to swallow this arrogance of his, as their power has been increased severely by Master Babidi.
I said scram! Do your Alpha Waver! Ultra Waver!
Following in the footsteps of his father, Goten proves his nobility as a warrior, willing to sacrifice himself in order to take down his opponent. But surviving, he writhes in pain on the cold ground. Nedwook admits he misjudged the young man, who grunts it's not important. In his universe, they die all the time, urging he take down Cell, as he's likely the strongest of all of them. Taking off to do so, behind him.
What? I can't move!
No!
Looks like you're finished. You!
My nanobots countered the transformation.
West and North Kaios rush to continue fighting against Babidi's forces, as the Hellite goes to aid her ally.
So, you said you had a score to settle?
Yes!
Maybe I bet a little too much off after all. And Cold is way stronger than any of them.
What? Frozen in place, West Kaioshin zips to join the battle. Sensing the merger, she urges Kami to let her handle this.
Oh no you don't! You're mine!
Apologizing, she isn't quite as good as a fighter as her counterpart in charge of the South. It doesn't seem to be a problem against him. Completely separated from the chaos taking place in the arena, Yamcha decides it's a good time to go and see where that tournament thing is at. But to his surprise, as nonchalantly as he can, he alerts the others to what's going on. But as the ritual is taking place to give Raditz the same power-up as Gohan, he dare not move. Just as the old Kai dare not stop his awkward chanting and dancing, informing everyone exactly what he saw. Tien knows they must help re-establish order, but the old fellow scowls that's out of the question, and they need to all stay in this room. If this ritual were to be interrupted, himself and Raditz will probably die, so the two of them need the others for protection from any intruders. This news of possible death, very new information to the Saiyan. New information to us as well. That's because it's a blatant lie, and old Kai seems to be up to something. Laughing to himself, he's got him. With this, Raditz won't move an inch. But what could the old-timer be up to? And as if their ears were burning, a couple of Frieza's grunts come rushing down the hallway, following a quick reading on their scouter. Yamcha's glimpse of the action, of course.
You thought you could hide?
Proving to be a fast and fatal mistake. With some more unfortunate timing, Salza realizes there are no fighters from Universe 9 present in this melee, wanting to get revenge on that dwarf who killed him before.
Perfect. The Kaioshins are still more powerful than the Frost Demons. If I can buy just a few seconds.
Deciding if the Namek just wants to run him in circles, Cooler's simply gonna go assist their father. But having bought those few seconds he wanted,
Piccolo! That's not your concern!
stronger than I thought.
It's so calm at this tournament! We really came from nothing.
You can finish me. I've done my part. Not me.
Handing his other iteration to Senzu, Piccolo assures they brought plenty. Just as 16's Videl goes to wail on a random audience member, who pleads he's not a bad guy, but still suspicious. She demands to know what he's doing with that headband then. Removing it, it's simply a kanji tattoo, meaning, I think the word nothing. As a spectator explains, it's a long story, inquiring if she'd like to hear it. But, among other reasons, given everything going on, she simply mutters no. With our Videl taking Brawl by the hand, she knows the two of them are too exposed and vulnerable in their current position. Able to sense Piccolo from not far away, they go to make a break for him. With Nappa sneaking up on him, the sight of the teenage girl unconscious sends Videl into a fury. But being only human, how could this possibly end in their favor? Back with the exiled warriors, Goku still can't sense out anybody's energy from the arena. Since they must be extremely far away, Gas suggests everybody pick a different direction to help spread out their search. Big Brain 16 pointing out they need to not only look horizontally, but literally every way possible, up and down too. Fused into Gotenks, the eccentric fighter announces the area he'll be searching, when Super Buu comes up all buddy-buddy, throwing his arm around him and telling the others he and his friend here will be taking this hemisphere, which comes off a bit jarring to the young man. Elaine commanding his fellow Hellites, having Tidar take the North Quadrant, and Xenolone the South. Himself will search the middle. With the plan in place, there is a predictable defector, Emperor Vegeta scoffing aloud at everyone. But of course, our Saiyan Prince can't keep his words to himself, even when it comes to putting himself in line, growling that he doesn't have to participate in the collective effort, but he can at least shut up while they focus. Replying, the other barks he doesn't listen to followers, asking where his pride is. Though, Universe 18's feels playing dumb just to be different isn't something to be proud of. Not today. Causing the Emperor to whip around, scowling if our Vegeta was still the proud Saiyan he is. He would be the one giving the orders in his group instead of taking them, admitting he's grown past the petty need to be respected and feared. The Prince doubles down that it's a good plan. before getting in his face, spouting the need to be recognized as nothing short of weak. Threatening his counterpart, Eviljeets inquires if he'd like to find out just how weak he really is. Who laughs that would just embarrass the needy Emperor, but ready to get it started, even from universes away. Universe 13 Super Saiyan knows how to press the Goku button. Snarling, he hasn't even reached Kakarot's highest level of transformation, but he has. Just as the face-off comes to its fever pitch, the prince decides this isn't the time or place.
Oh, come on! I can make a ring for you.
Obviously, Goku, Boo, and Vegito feel differently.
This has been a long time coming, Gohan. Your power has grown immensely. But so has mine.
Blocking the Makanko Sapo with his hand, the villain mockingly congratulates him for saving his own life, but at the cost of that fist. Lucky for the Saiyan, he's right-handed.
He's not really going to hit me with that wounded hand, is he? Well played.
At the same time, sensing what's going on, Gohan rushes to save his wife, though Cell isn't exactly compliant on his foe running away. After fighting alongside Goten, Nedwook makes it to Gohan right in time. Scoffing, he just let that weakling go and come fight a real warrior. Though the villain piffs not to make him laugh, as he's faced Helolites in his own universe. And it was nothing to massacre the entire planet and the so-called warriors who wore that pitiful armor. But this iteration of the Helolites are here for a reason, able to develop their technology much further than any of their counterparts.
You'll see the difference!
What are you doing?
Nothing. You can't whistle.
In range, 1 ally, 2 enemies, energy level sufficient.
Sorry, buddy. I'm taking the shot.
Bye! Easy to evade.
Energy level very low.
Thipsel runs up to her comrade, giving him a talk on the shoulder, congratulating he didn't need her after all. But on the inside, Nedwook knows Cell is still alive, not even worn out.
You have been very helpful in increasing my power, but I have no use for you anymore.
Call back your men. It's clear you're losing.
Oh yeah?
Need a hand.
Yes, please.
As our heroes begin to struggle, the other Videl also finds herself in a very serious situation. 17 sneers he finally gets to kill a human again, and seemingly rising from the dead. Kakarot isn't finished yet. With Fat Boo and Bardock, Universe 18's Gohan knows Babidi is here, feeling his evil energy radiating through the air. He has a theory. The wizard must be distorting reality, but he still needs to control his army of possessed warriors, which is no way an easy task. And sensing abnormal vibrations, being his magic, he believes he can synchronize with them to counter their effects. And after a few minutes, he's able to do it, revealing the trio peering in on the melee.
What? Boo! Attack!
It's over! Master, I had a vision. As Babidi's defeat was only a vision of the future by Bardock, the Rogue Saiyan alerts. Even Majin Buu will not be able to overcome the next threat, suggesting they set up a trap for their impending intruder. Speaking of intruders, Salza and Jace make their way to Universe 9's apartment, the latter scoffing they must be hiding like rats in there. Busting down the door, they strike their usual pose, but instead of representing their usual alliance to either Ginyu or Cooler, they both shout the name of Master Babidi, and witnessing each other's stances and slogans, the pair can't help but feel a bit salty at the similarities between them. Seeing who it is, Krillin lets out a sigh of relief it's only him, believing they were in danger for a moment, which the invading gentleman does not take well. putting him down with a single knee. Yamcha jokes with his longtime friend. He works as great bait. Krillin wondering how on earth that's supposed to be a compliment. But getting distracted, Jace powers his Crusher Ball. Videl knowing he can't use that in here. Getting back up, Salsa screams they're going to pay for this. His dwarven opponent annoyed with his persistence. He assures this won't go down like last time. Seconds later, outside, we discover it did indeed go down like last time. But lucky for the villain, he's not quite as cut in half. Making his way back in. Cell Jr. sneaks up behind Tien as Krillin yells for him to look out. We cut away to the apartment of Mary Sue, the last remaining warrior of Universe 2.
I need to move fast to see the fights! If something goes wrong, I can help by turning back time. So it's imperative I hurry. I feel a dark and evil energy. What's going on? Ah! My bento!
In the Universe 5 apartment, the mysterious entity in C's room states it seems like a real mess outside, announcing he'll wait and observe for at least another 2 hours. While Nappa puts his boot on our Videl, chuckling he won't get caught off guard by Brawl again.
Ow! What is my leg? Ah!
Gohan manages to come to the rescue of his wife, standing on her toes to thank her hero. He has to point out, he's not her Gohan. Grabbing a hostage, Nappa screams for the others to give him their miracle medicine, saying he knows they have some. But this only causes Gohan to grow more frustrated. Departing from the Grand Supreme Kai, Shin announces
Still here,
he's going
guys.
to help
Still
the
waiting.
other Supreme Kaios. Calling out to Super Buu, Grand pleads he knows he must still be here, and he must put an end to all this violence. Surely he hates Babidi enough to intervene. But the Majin declares there's no way he's going to step in, as this is far too interesting. The deity argues people are suffering because of his decision, but Buu piffs. People are suffering all the time anyway. Jumping back in time a bit, moments before Babidi began his attack, Cell births a few additional children. Seeing his plan firsthand, he created 3 additional juniors at max power to try to pin down Universe 18, wanting to handle Universe 16 himself. Leading the way, he instructs them to suppress their energy and prepare for the slaughter, stopping the last one from leaving, explaining he's not strong enough to follow, but he can stay here and fight some weaklings if he wants. Almost looking adorably pitiful in his rejection. But even at reduced power, will the Earthlings of Universe 9 be enough to take on the strength of a Cell Jr.? At that, one who is powered up while under Babidi's control.
Kill the Kaioshins! Yes, Master!
No! He'll blow up the whole apartment! Splatting the Cell Jr. dead. Videl realizes she pushed herself too far, ushering her to the couch. The others insist she take a well-earned breather. Continuing his chanting, Old Kai takes a moment to quip that was wonderful teamwork, but it would have been easier had she just allowed him to release her full potential. Darting up to tell him off, Videl screams she'd never accept this perverted old geezer's condition. Having a one-track mind in the other direction, this confuses Raditz, questioning what this condition was and who should have to kill. Yamcha, not so subtly gesturing, jokes it's her dignity that would have to die. The commotion flustering even the Kaio, he beckons everyone to be silent, as the ceremony is only beginning. Thinking to himself, he notices the Saiyan didn't even realize the blockage he put in his head. Undoubtedly, the action brought by Cell's offspring kept his focus elsewhere. Now to fine-tune it over the next few hours. Could the Old Kai be planning to make Raditz a more benevolent warrior?
No! Counterattack!
What? While possibly saving her life. At the same time, the brutish fighter's blast surely didn't feel good to Videl. Whipping over, 17 hisses that moron better watch where he's firing next time, or he'll teach him.
But who?
Eat this or Gohan will kill me. Better than ever and slightly revealed. The Namek just couldn't let us have this one, as he uses his powers to gift her his own traditional gi, stating it'll be a bit better than what she was wearing previously. The Kaio seemingly having cold, or rather Ginyu, on the ropes.
Change! Bastard! Change! No!
Got you.
No! Change!
Master Bobbity, I defeated the gods for you!
Remaining energy 0.0%.
Remaining energy 0.2%. Well, well, you have been quite tenacious. Well then. Still no luck with our marooned heroes. Pan Spout's the only thing she can sense in this void of nothingness is themselves. Elaine remembers Vegito can teleport without feeling energy, but he points out, to do so, he needs to know the direction, distance, all that good stuff. Adding to what we're already aware of, Goku worries everyone could be in great danger, so they need to hurry. His fused counterpart only concerned about missing out on all the action. The task proves daunting to the others as well. Trunks' size, it seems like they've been here for months now. 16, as we know, is not programmed for hyperbole, states only 9 minutes and 34 seconds have passed so far.
You're so weak! You're gonna get so trashed. By who? No sudden moves! I've got my eyes on you. Ah! I've had enough of this! Hey! Answer me, idiots! Just who is this big bad savior of yours? You'll be a lot less cocky after I kill you.
Master Bobbity, I defeated the gods for you!
Die.
Calling for Piccolo to rush over with a Senzu Bean, Goten still clings to life. Having had his way with the remaining Hellolites, Cell tosses their bodies to the ground below, telling his master he's finished with Universe 19, so now he'll immediately hunt down the two Piccolos. After that, once the Gohans are dealt with, the battle will be won. Our Piccolo, upon hearing 16's Gohan shout his name,
What?
as he feels both Piccolo and Videl are in trouble. This time, he doesn't make it and fails to save his Videl, easily dealing with his universe's Piccolo as well.
This is what happens when you deny our fights, Gohan.
No!
I've got to say, it takes more and more effort to get you mad.
Showing to have killed the other Videl as well. A darkness gathers within our hero, letting her body fall to the ground. Raw witness the entire thing. Cell sneers. Gohan just can't seem to concentrate with his little darlings around. So in that case... blowing Cell into oblivion in a hole in the planet. It seems he has been finished in the only way possible. Brawl runs up to Gohan, apologizing she couldn't do anything, and if she were stronger. But he knows better than anyone that people should be allowed their own path in life, and no one should be forced unwillingly into an existence of violence. Assuring Videl will be resurrected with the Dragon Balls as soon as this chaos is dealt with. Moments ago, just as our Gohan channels the right vibrations to counter Babbidy's magic. The trap they've set for him is to have Fat Boo absorb him.
Master, Plan B!
Shouting for the Grand Kaioshin to entrap Boo like he did with the other. His reaction implies Super Buu was just playing the long con after all, and the Kaio in fact had no control over him. But getting sidetracked and not being able to sense Piccolo or Videl, he just wants to end this now. Borrowing Krillin's signature move. As something suddenly gets the other Gohan's attention, he panically tells Brawl to stay put. Zipping back to the arena, he spots something in the distance. His sister, the vastly more powerful Sun Brawl, who was previously dormant in the apartment, has been possessed by the wizard, leaving not only a pain in Gohan's heart, but a larger threat than any of them could have predicted.
He really did a number on you.
Proving more resilient than we've ever seen. Not only one, but both Piccolos are able to regenerate themselves, though the same seemingly can't be said about Videl. Confirming his self from Universe 18 doesn't have any Senzu beans himself. Thankfully, the other is carrying enough for each of them to hold on to 3, as Sun Brawl surely destroyed their reserves in the apartment, adding it was actually her evil aura that woke him up, not at all expecting such a thing from her. But after so many years of frustration and regret, Babidi was able to lock onto her negativity and get a hold of her. Now the only thing to do is simply stand their ground until Vegito finds a way to return, or they find a way to kill Babidi, asking if he's sure about that. After all, they have 2 Gohans. Cutting him off, Universe 16's Piccolo is 100% certain, even the both of them won't stand a chance against her. Trying to put together all the information they have, Arnamek begs the question, if Cell really wanted to kill him, why didn't he destroy their brains? As we find a single remaining nucleus. Cell is alive and well. Looking at himself, he's thrilled to discover his training to reinforce his body on a cellular level has worked, as even completely encompassing and overwhelming him with a ki blast is no longer enough to kill him. Glaring into Brawl, he narrows his eyes, but in a surprise twist, assures he's on her side, and there is no need to worry, as alone, there is no way he could defeat Sun Brawl, so he decided to motivate the Gohans as much as possible, even making a few allies along the way, without Babidi realizing. Walking past her, he mutters for the girl to keep herself safe. After all, if either or both of the Gohans need that little extra push, what better way to awaken the beast than to throw her in the middle of the melee? Looking on, even our Gohan baffles at this most recent revelation, believing Brawl to have supposed to have been a proud Saiyan, driven by independence, not a warrior who could be manipulated by some sorcerer. Relishing in her new strength, Brawl piffs it's actually quite the opposite. Before, she was way too human. All her life, her conscience had only held her back in fear of being judged, pushed to protect the worthless. But now, she's free, and all those tiresome and contradictory thoughts are gone. Her brother trembling, she's stronger than this, and it's in fact her best qualities the wizard has blocked, pleading she fight and resist. But she only scoffs. She is strong, more so than she's ever been. If they haven't noticed, she can now handle this form with ease, and it'll be a pleasure to test it out on the 2 of them. Universe 18's frozen in place, questioning the
Alright guys, we finally found a match.
Fighter. Explaining,
Should start in 2
the
minutes.
Gohan familiar with this iteration of Brawl utters his sister has lost control of herself several times before, as her bloodline makes her very dangerous. But this is the first instance. They haven't had Vegito to contain her. Babidi then commands her to kill them all, but not to forget to protect him too. Placing a shield around him, she assures her master this will keep him safe while she's away. Astonished to see she's actually obeying him, that's something even Vegeta refused to do. Universe 16's Gohan accepts she truly is under his command, noting there has always been good and evil within her, but usually the good would win. But now Babidi has removed that side of her, as Brawl is ready to get this started. But the Gohans have a trump card. Even though they may be completely outclassed in terms of strength, they'll be able to battle in perfect tandem with one another, without even having to communicate with each other. In an attempt to throw her off, the 2 of them shout to attack at the same time. But in reality, our Gohan knows he himself will fake his part, then go directly for Babidi, as 16's Gohan will drive, with an ever so slight lead over his counter.
Guys, I'm gonna end the stream after this. I think my computer's overheating. Okay, guys, I'm gonna end the stream. Gotta fix the sound problem. Gonna have some dinner, and I'll stream again later tonight. So make sure you guys give the video a thumbs up, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Match is over. I'll come back online in 2 hours. It's like 8 o'clock my time, so 2 hours from now will be 10.